In this morning's Business Insight, we continue our focus on entrepreneurs and new businesses. A smoothie cart that has been a fixture at Findlay Market, Fountain Square, and farmers markets throughout the city now is currently building a permanent brick-and-mortar home on Ray Street near Findlay Market. Banason Smoothie Bar was started by Michael Krager. Krager didn't come from the restaurant or even health industry. For 7 years, he worked in wealth management. Entrepreneur Michael Krager joins Business Courier publisher Jamie Smith in the studio to talk about the transition from finance to fitness. Michael and Jamie.
Thanks, Peg. Michael, thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Now, you started out in finance. This has got to be like a love story. You got from finance to smoothies. Talk a little bit about that journey. How did you get there?
Yes, I was in finance for about 7 years, and I was with a great team. They were kind of like a second family to me, so it was a one great chapter to the next, so to speak. And they had given me a lot. I was making great money. I loved the clients that I was with, and the team was great, so it was a really good thing. And I think they wanted me to eventually take over their practice as the years went on.
So you kind of had a career path going.
Yeah, it was a great thing, especially for somebody in their 20s, and they had made me a partner at an early age. So really, everything that you could ask for as somebody coming out of college, that's the perfect dream. But as I went along, I started making some changes personally. In my life, and nothing to do with the business at this point, but I wanted to feel a little bit better. So I started making some diet changes and just trying different things and wanting to feel better. And then also on the other side of it, I was working with all these retirees. So I was looking at them at retirement. I won't say the end stage, but a later stage in life, right? And it was, for me, I'm very introspective at certain points, so I started asking myself, what is my life going to be, right? Am I just running towards retirement to get there, or what is that story? And I kind of asked myself one of those stereotypical questions, right? If you have not $1 million, because that doesn't get you very far anymore, but if you have $100 million in the bank account, what would you do with your time? And nothing really changed for me. I loved what I was doing. I loved the team that I was with. And maybe it's just more my generation. I asked that same question a little bit down the road. If I have all that money in the bank and all the, all that money in the bank, and what would I do with my time? Yeah. But I also have only 3 years left to live. What would I do with my time? And that's when things changed for me. I wanted to maybe take a little bit more adventure. And part of that is I think purpose for me, that's the big thing I think for everybody, but for me is to start companies and see what happens. So
it's kind of twofold. One is the health side of it, and two is, hey, am I really doing what I want to do for the rest of my life? Right. When I walk away, does everybody see what I am? Now, we talked to a lot of entrepreneurs, we talked to a lot of people starting businesses. What have you seen as your biggest struggle, getting started and getting there?
Coming from the finance world, I had set out, a bunch of beautiful financial projections, but when you plan everything over here and then what actually happens in reality, those two can be very different.
The path is long.
So I just noticed, for me, I kind of get into more of the extremes, so I did leave. I don't think I necessarily needed to leave, and one of the guys was actually encouraging me to stay, but I wanted to leave because I don't think I would ever given it a chance. Yeah. The new stuff that I was working on, and it's been a little bit of a tough go. I mean, there's been some weekends where you get 2 to 3 hours of sleep for the whole weekend, and you just have to figure it out. So that's kind of the story of a lot of the entrepreneurs in Cincinnati, which there are a lot of great companies, whether food or tech, and some really bright people doing some cool things. Yeah.
So you have a mentor?
I have a couple. Okay. One of them, Kevin Shepard, a gentleman I used to work with. There's a couple people through SCORE, and then also a lot of mentors. One of them, Steve, up in Columbus, and then just a lot of the people in the industry that I try to talk to from time to time.
That's awesome. We're running out of time here, but when's the store actually open?
Hopefully in a few weeks. So that's been a little bit of a slow process, a little bit of the construction, but we're going to get there. I'm very excited for what we're going to have. We're going to do some new things, so I think people will be really excited.
Well, the guest before brought a sock. I was hoping you were going to bring a smoothie.
I know.
I live just a few blocks from Findlay Market, so I will definitely be checking you out.
Yeah, catch us on weekends right now at Findlay Market, and look forward to the store here soon.
Perfect. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right.